Hi, this is Romeo from Tax Accounting Adelaide, and happy financial new year. If you're seeing this fairly recently after I've recorded it, this month I'm just going to talk about what to do early in the new financial year, some expert tips from an accountant and what you can do to make your new financial year and bookkeeping a little bit better. Okay, let's start with maybe one of your first priorities in July should be doing your payment summaries if you have employees. You need to do generally your payment summaries by the 14th of July, giving a copy of the payment summary, or what used to be known as the group certificate, to employees. And you also need to give a copy to the ATO, either electronically or paper, and maybe keep a copy for yourself or for your accountant. You also need to forward to the Australian Tax Office your annual wages report, so your little annual wages reconciliation report, and that needs to be to them by the 14th of August. If you use myob desktop version, you need to also roll it into a new payroll year. Make sure you do your bank reconciliations to finish at least to the 30th of June, whether you've got manual or accounting software systems. It's good to do bank reconciliations for all your bank accounts, credit cards, and online accounts such as PayPal. Make sure you back up your software and a copy of your year's data, especially if you're using desktop accounting software versions such as QuickBooks or myob. A lot of the online versions of myob or Xero or QuickBooks, you don't need to do that, but yeah, if you're still using desktop versions of software, accounting software, or spreadsheets, whatever, please back those up and keep them preferably off your computer as well as on your computer backed up. An important thing to do at the end of the year is to go through your debtors and creditors, and even inventory items and valuations. Make sure you check that debtors and creditors, they're all still, your current list is at the 30th of June is correct. If there's any old ones who aren't going to pay you anymore, or creditors you aren't really paying anymore, or errors in your list there, just tidy those up. You might have to reverse them or write them off, and this may mean you can actually add back some GST and change your GST figures as well, so keep that in mind. You may want to just adjust these, and if there's GST ramifications, make sure you just adjust them in the open GST periods that you're currently in. Make sure you pay your superannuation to employees. You probably would be doing every quarter anyway, but it's also a good time to check if your superannuation liability account is clearing okay. So on your balance sheet you should be having a zero at the end of the year for and at least clearing the superannuation amount. And you should also do the same for your Payg wages tax, so that all your superannuation and wages tax has been cleared and remitted to the relevant parties. It's important to do your what used to be called work cover, is currently called return to work SA annual return, or if you're in another state and you're watching this, your state's equivalent. Return to Work SA has been sending you a form in June with your employer number and password, which you will need to get your online access to enter your annual remuneration and superannuation to employees, and that will calculate your levy shortfall or overpayment of work cover levy. It's a good idea to just check if there's any floats around in your business, count the cash floats, and also if you have inventory or stock, it's a good idea to have a stock take towards the end of the financial year. You should also go through your balance sheet and check if your balances look okay. If you've got, typically you may not be clearing all your GST accounts, or sometimes your superannuation pay-as-you-go wages tax, or you may just have some old deposit accounts or bank accounts which are no longer right. You may want to check with your accountant on how to tidy those up, but it's good to have accurate figures on your balance sheet. Of course, like every other quarter, do your BAS return. So that's an important thing to do at the end of the year. With so much else happening, you may be running a little bit late, but it's a good idea to have all these other steps done before you complete your BAS return. And also it's important to have ready and give your annual information to your accountant. You'll probably be familiar with that if you've had your accountant for a while, but it can be a good idea to touch base and have a good relation with your accountant, such as me, what to give them, and for them to give you feedback on if there's anything you can improve on how you're doing things throughout the year and for future years. And also it's good to have maybe a regular cycle or month that you give your information to your accountant. Your accountant probably doesn't want all his clients to be giving them information in July, so if you typically are giving your information in maybe November or September, that's fine. I guess just be regular and try not to be later than May of the following year, because that's when it's due. Obviously, giving your information at the last minute to your accountant's not going to make it easy for them, or give you maybe as much time as well to do your tax return. Of course, at the end of the year, have a review of how you're doing your accounting. Are you happy with your current accounting software? Are you exploiting your accounting software as best as possible? Are you perhaps doing everything you can to make your life easier? Is your business growing, and perhaps you're wasting some time in certain areas? And that's a good idea to have a discussion with your accountant on that as well. Well, obviously, if there's anything we can help you with, particularly in reviewing your accounting and helping you with the end of year process, and you're a client of Tax Accounting Adelaide, feel free to call us. If not, and you're looking for a new accounting business partner, we'd be happy to talk to you as well. You can contact us on taxaccountingadelaide.com or taxaccountingadelaide.com.au, which is specifically for businesses. And you can also call us we'd love to meet you. I think it's an important decision to meet your accountant. We're available on 08 8337 4460. And thank you. I'm Romeo from taxaccountingadelaide.com, and once again, happy new financial year.